Welcome to Wellness Wednesdays with me, Naturally Linda. Every week I am answering real questions submitted by you. If you want your question answered, check the show notes to find out how to submit your question. Now let's go ahead and get into it. Hey everybody, welcome to another Wellness Wednesday where we talk about the products that I'm working on, the products that you all love, and we also answer the questions that you submit to us. So let's go ahead and dive right in.
What inspired you to start making products in the first place?
So, I have been formulating for quite a while, but in 2020, when all of that went down, I saw how afraid people were, especially of breathing issues. So I started putting formulas together, different herbal teas and different tinctures that would help people breathe better and kind of empower them to take some of that fear away and put things in their hands that they could control, and again take that power back. So that's one of the premises that I started on, wanting to empower people with knowledge, with products that they could use. What started there, actually this business started in 2020 during that pandemic. It started with soaps in the kitchen, but it very quickly turned to those other things because I saw the need and I wanted to help take people's fear away. That was really important to me.
What products surprised you the most with customer feedback?
I think our Moon Glow. So Moon Glow is a regenerative cream. It has sea buckthorn berry oil in it, which is just not only luxurious for the skin, but regenerating, hence the name of the product. People loved that product. It has a little bit of a different consistency. It's almost like a paste, but you use the tiniest amount. And I loved the product, and I was hoping that my customers would love the product as well. It's one of the very first skincare products that I formulated, and it continues to be one of the the most popular skin products in our line because of how it makes the skin feel. But I wasn't sure people were going to be okay with that consistency, but they love it just as much as I do. And just a quick story. So it's a regenerative cream. It helps with dark circles and the feel of the skin, elasticity. I had an older customer, actually Karen, who works for me. It was one of her family members, and she was in her 80s, and her skin on her arms was thinner, and it bothered her. She would scrape and cut herself really easily because of the thinness of her skin. She started using the Moon Glow on her lower arms, and she said it was amazing to see the change in the elasticity. And she said, like, the thickness of her skin, again, because of those regenerative properties. So Moon Glow is one of my absolute favorites, and I wasn't sure that it would win all of you over, but it absolutely has.
What's the easiest place for someone to start if they want to live more naturally?
So you've heard it before. Just drink good, clean, fresh water. So most of us have to filter our water. We live on a farm, and just because of environment, we do have a Berkey that we filter our water with. I got that a couple years ago. It has a charcoal water filtration system. And if we can get the water in our body, we should be drinking half of our body weight in ounces of water every single day. Engage that. When you're first really trying to get yourself hydrated, that's really important to have some kind of way to gauge it. A couple other things: adding some kind of sea salt to your day. Like, I just take a couple little crystals. I use Baja or the Celtic, crunch on them. It releases 3 magnesium gases, and you drink your water, and it actually helps you hydrate better. It allows your cells to kind of bring that water into the cells a little bit easier. And one other thing that I think is really, really important is rest. So many of us don't get the rest that we need during the the hours from about 10 o'clock until 2 o'clock PM and then AM, so overnight, your body needs that time to repair yourself. So when you're getting that really good sleep, it has time to do what God intended that sleep process to do, help to heal your body. So keeping hydrated and getting the rest we need, those are two really, really great places to start that are not incredibly overwhelming, and you can really control those two things. So those are my recommendations of where to start.
How do you know if your body is asking for more support and rest?
So we've got to really start listening to our body. And a lot of us have kind of forgotten how to do that. Do you need a nap halfway through your day in the afternoon? That could be as simple as not being hydrated enough or not getting quality sleep enough. Just a couple tips to get better sleep. Make sure you put your devices away. The blue light on your devices actually stimulates your brain. So you should shut that down at least an hour before you're going to actually lay down and go to sleep, so that your brain has that time to kind of recalibrate and get into that sleep cycle. So the fatigue in the afternoon is one of the biggest ones. And, just brain fog. If you kind of wake up with a brain fog, it can be from different things, but one of the things it can be from is lack of sleep quality. So those are some things to look for.
Why is magnesium so important for the body?
It's just one of the crucial elements that our body needs. Like I had said earlier, the sea salt, especially like the Baja Gold or the Celtic, it has 3 magnesium within that salt, and when you crunch into it, those magnesium, like the gases, get released. It is just, again, one of those crucial elements for the body. It helps with many things. There are many different kinds of magnesiums. And they all kind of do different things. They can help the body relax. One of them can, again, help you relax and sleep better. The other one can help with like constipation and things like that. So it's just an essential element that your body needs to function properly.
Why do so many people feel calmer after using magnesium at night?
That's the magnesium that we use in the magnesium cream is meant to help your body relax. So it helps relax your muscles. So if you've got a strained muscle, you can put it directly on that strained muscle. If you've got sore muscles, same thing. But it goes in and actually helps relax your nervous system. It works directly on that nervous system. So that's why you get the benefit of that kind of all over relaxation. Your body can just settle and hopefully allow you to get a better night's sleep.
If someone is brand new to Naturally Linda, what product would you recommend first?
Well, that's kind of a tough question. So if somebody would email us and give us part of their journey, are they having problems with hormones? Are they, just simply having dry skin issues? Are they having sleep issues? There's different products to pinpoint different, I don't want to call them problems, but different situations, different things that you're dealing with. There's different solutions. So we've got a vast array of products. What started out with just, again, soaps, making them in my kitchen. We've got herbal tea blends. We've got different tinctures. We've got, of course, our Wild Yam comfort creams. We've got a new product that we're going to be releasing pretty soon for all the beautiful women out there. So it really depends on what you're dealing with and what you need support with.
Why do you think people are becoming more mindful about what they bring into their homes?
Oh, hallelujah. I'm glad they are. I believe that the year 2020 opened a lot of people's eyes and they started asking questions. We've got to become the detectives of our life and not just take all of the information that maybe we've learned through our lifetime, or, maybe somebody just gives us something for a symptom. Ask why. I believe more people than ever are beginning to ask why. And I believe, you can disagree, you can agree, I believe TikTok had a huge influence on this, because like I've learned things on that platform that were new to me. And I just believe with social media, a lot of people, villainize social media, but I think it has really brought new awarenesses to so many people. I recently did a video that is closing in on 1 million views. It went viral, so to speak, and it talks about if I were to make everyone sick, and I just give some realizations. We're paying more attention to our clothing. We're paying more attention to our water. We're paying more attention to what's in our laundry detergent, what's in our deodorant, what's in our toothpaste. I think for all of those reasons, people are now getting more information, but they're also beginning to ask why, and I am so thankful.
What's the best natural swap you've ever made personally?
Tooth powder. So we used to always use fluoride toothpaste, right? I'm not going to go into it a lot here because sometimes these social media platforms, and YouTube is a social media platform, kind of chastises us for saying those things. But changing your toothpaste, it can be literally life changing. So we make a tooth powder that people love. They say it feels like you've just come out of the dentist's office every time you use it. It cleans your teeth almost like literally with dirt. It has like bentonite clay in there. It's got baking soda. It's got some other things in there. It's got beautiful sea salt. It's got some herbs that don't add chemicals to your mouth. Your teeth are incredibly porous. You've got all kinds of glands in your mouth. So tooth powder is surprisingly huge when people make that shift.
How did your own wellness journey change the way you run your home?
Having those awarenesses, starting to put that detective hat on. I do thank Barbara O'Neill for some of that information. She has taught me so much. We all want to smell good, right? And I used to use those plug-in air fresheners, and now I know how detrimental they are for our health. So the things I use in my house to clean, the Berkey water filter that we now use, so we have filtered pure water to drink, those things are all huge. And it's very overwhelming if you think about like changing all of those things, and it gets very costly too, like the linen clothing, the cotton clothing. I personally couldn't just throw all the stuff away, but just changing the laundry detergent, changing my dish soap, changing the cleaning utensil, the sponge that I used to use to clean my dishes. That's where it started for me. And then it just, took off from there. Like what I feed, what I give water to, what I give my dogs water in. They now drink out of a glass bowl. They used to drink out of something different. So again, it can be incredibly overwhelming, but I started with cleaning products and something to clean our water.
If someone could only make one healthier swap this month, what would you recommend first?
Change your laundry detergent, because your laundry detergent is like woven into the clothing you wear, that is touching your skin all of the time. And this is the largest organ on our entire body. We've got so much skin that has pores that draw everything in. And when you go to work out and you're sweating and all of that, that even opens up your pores more and draws more of the toxins. So laundry detergent would be a really easy swap, and it doesn't have to be more expensive. There's beautiful brands out there. I know Miranda, who's asking me this question, she actually makes her own out of washing soda, baking soda, and some different things. So these swaps don't have to be expensive, but I think that would be a great place to start, because again, your skin, what it comes in contact with, is so incredibly important.
What's something your customers taught you over the years?
So one thing that comes to mind is lavender. I just thought the whole world was in love with lavender. I remember, I think one of the first soaps I made, I can still picture it. It was green, and I put the lavender on top, which I realized you don't do anymore because after it dries, it looks like little mice turds on the top. But I thought everybody loved lavender, and that is not like the truth. I think there's a small percentage of people that love lavender. So I learned that you shouldn't make everything in a lavender scent. And one other thing I learned as well is people are really into texture, how things feel on their skin. People do not like greasy things. So I learned to formulate our body butters and our skincare and things like that so that they absorbed and just didn't lay on the skin and kind of be greasy. So that would be my answer. Okay, everybody, that was Wellness Wednesday for today. We enjoy bringing these segments to you again. Remember, info@naturallylinda.com. Send us your questions. We want to be here to support you. And until next time, we'll chat soon.